Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Journey to Understand the Bible. I'm your host Damien. In our last episode, we were reading Genesis 20, and it was about Abraham deceiving Amulish. I couldn't get his name right, Amulish. And he tried to give Sarah to him, and basically Amulish had a dream that God came to him and said that everybody's gonna be uh, gonna die in his dream if he don't give that guy his wife back. And he was like, "Well, I didn't know that was his wife." And he was like, "I know you didn't know, but give her back, and you'll be blessed." And so he gave her back and gave Abraham some money and uh, servants and livestock, and gave him some land. And basically that's how that chapter played out. Okay, so the next episode or next chapter is going to be Genesis 21, the birth of Isaac. The Lord kept his word and did for Sarah exactly what he had promised. She became pregnant and she gave birth to a son for Abraham in his old age. This happened at just the time God had said it would, and Abraham named their son Isaac. 8 days after Isaac was born, Abraham circumcised him as God had commanded. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born, and Sarah declared, "God has brought me laughter. All who hear about this will laugh with me." Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse a baby? Yet I have given Abraham a son in his old age. Hagar and Ishmael are sent away. When Isaac grew up and was about to be weaned, Abraham prepared a huge feast to celebrate the occasion, but Sarah saw Ishmael, the son of Abraham, and her Egyptian servant Hagar, making fun of her son Isaac. So she turned to Abraham and demanded, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son. He is not going to share the inheritance with my son Isaac. I won't have it." This upset Abraham very much because Ishmael was his son. But God told Abraham, "Do not be upset over the boy and your servant. Do whatever Sarah tells you, for Isaac is the son through whom your descendants will be counted. But I will also make a nation of the descendants of Hagar's son, because he is your son too." So Abraham got up early the next morning, prepared food in a container of water, and strapped them on Hagar's shoulders. Then he sent her away with their son, and she wandered aimlessly in the wilderness of Beersheba. When the water was gone, she put the boy in the shade of a bush. Then she went and sat down by herself about 100 yards away. "I don't want to watch the boy die," she said as she burst into tears. But God heard the boy crying, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven, "Hagar, what's wrong? Don't be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Go to him and comfort him, for I will make a great nation from his descendants." Then God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well full of water. She quickly filled her water container and gave the boy a drink. And God was with the boy as he grew up in the wilderness. He became a skillful archer, and he settled in the wilderness of Paran. His mother arranged for him to marry a woman from the land of Egypt. Abraham's covenant with Amulish. About this time, Amulish came with Fiscal, his army commander, to visit Abraham. "God is obviously with you, helping you in everything you do," Amulish said. "Swear to me in God's name that you will never deceive me, my children, or any of my descendants. I have been loyal to you." So So now swear that you will be loyal to me and to this country where you are living as a foreigner. Abraham replied, Yes, I swear to it. Then Abraham complained to Amalek about a well that Amalek's servants had taken by force from Abraham's servants. This is the first I've heard of it, Amalek answered. I have no idea who is responsible. You have never complained about this before. Abraham then gave some of his sheep, goats, and cattle to Amalek, and they made a treaty. But Abraham also took 7 additional female lambs and set them off by themselves. Amalek asked, "Why have you set these 7 apart from the others?" Abraham replied, "Please accept these 7 lambs to show your agreement that I dug this well." Then he named the place Beersheba, which means well of the oath, because that was where they had sworn the oath. After making the covenant at Beersheba, Amalek left with Piscal, the commander of his army, and they returned home to the land of Philistine. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there he worshipped the Lord, the eternal God, and Abraham lived as a foreigner in Palestine country for a long time. Excuse me. Let's see, and that's how Genesis 21 ended. So it's basically the Sarah's son. Sarah finally had her son, and then she kicked Hagar and her kid out and made them live out in the wilderness. And then later Abraham made a deal with Amalek, and I guess they were still apparently Amalek's army was seized their well, or was being mean to the servants of Abraham's. So they all made an oath that, okay, I'm not gonna I swear I ain't gonna do you dirty if you don't do me dirty. And that's pretty much how Genesis 21 ended. Is the birth of Isaac, or Abraham and Sarah's son. Then, like I said, Hagar and her son was making fun of the kid, I guess, because he had old parents. And then Abraham had a covenant with Amalek. So that's pretty much the end of that chapter. And if you like what you heard, don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and I will keep it going. Talk to you later. Bye.